Hello, can you hear me? Can you guys hear me in the chat? We are about to get started.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to JBuck Live. I'm working with some new stuff over here. We're gonna kick off in just a second. We got Mike Media in the chat already. What's going on, Mike? I don't know if you guys can hear me or not. But yeah, this is going to be a fun one. Laid-back show. Hello? 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 I hear you, Pedro. Still haven't watched The Mandalorian Season 2! Oh, but I will do so on a live stream soon. Well, Patrick, you're in the right place. All right, peoples. Let's kick this some beach off. We're doing it. We're kicking it off. What is going on, everybody? Hopefully, you're in the right stream. JBuck Live, your weekly dose of shenanigans and movie news and all sorts of other stuff. What is going on, everybody? Hopefully, fingers crossed, the quality of everything here looks a little bit better because I messed around with a bunch of stuff. I have a different camera. I have a cam link. I have lights set up a little bit. There's a light over there. I might throw another light in there. Hopefully all this looks good. Otherwise, it was all for nothing. But what's going on, everybody? How is everyone's week going? We're going to talk about some fun stuff, obviously The Mandalorian and some other news and whatnot. But we have a bunch of people in the chat already. Mike Media, Patrick, Adam from Fanjecture, Seth and Cody from the SoCo Show, and Ryan from What Were You Watching? What is going on, fellas? I was going to say, you look crisper. Yes, I look crisper, but the funny thing is the camera is very much heavy on one side, so it looks like my head is slanted the whole time, so you're going to have to bear with it. I'm basically, next week, I'm going to have to do what you do at restaurants and just throw some napkins under one of the legs of the tripod. So, yeah, what is going on? I was able to hopefully get all the cameras set up and whatnot. I will say, one thing before we get into the show. This camera, if it turns off 30 minutes into the show, we're just going to go with it because I know that this camera, unfortunately, has a self-timer where it seems to turn off and whatnot, so who knows what's going to go on and whatnot? Who really knows? I can see into your soul. Yes, yes, yes. And convert to the truth. Yes, Hind Dharam. Yes, yes, yes. Anyways, guys, I'm trying to think of what I was up to this week or what I watched. I mean, I don't know. There wasn't really any great movies that came out. I didn't go to the movie theater to see Broken Hearts Gallery. I know some of you peoples in the chat went out to see that. We have some news about, obviously some movies that were delayed, but I don't know. I don't know if there is anything. I don't know if there's anything really grand that I did. I guess from last week to this week, I had my birthday. Woo, happy birthday me. I finally turned 16. I went and got my license, but that day, basically, I did nothing. I just watched a bunch of movies all day, and it was fun. It was a nice, gloomy, rainy, cold day, so I pretty much did nothing, just ate a bunch of food, and just watched movies. It was a delightful, calming, relaxing day. Aside from that, though, a few things. I started a company, which is crazy. Basically, it's myself and Nolan, my friend, not Nolan, Christopher Nolan. I know a lot of you guys were you were like, oh my gosh, he's working with Christopher Nolan, because you thought it was a joke, because I have never said anything seriously on the channel, apparently. But yeah, I started that, and again, it's very much in its infancy. We're still getting a few things set up, and we're still trying to get some clients and all of that set up. But man, it's been very busy for sure, and then we will announce it at the end of the show, but I wanted to give you guys a heads up at the beginning for people that might drop off. The live SoCo show, my two buddies in the chat, Seth and Cody, they have a podcast that they've been gracious enough to invite me over for the last like 6 months, and we're doing the first live video edition this Thursday, 8 p.m. Central Time here on the channel. So I think that that's going to be a lot of fun. It should be a fun time for sure. So be sure to tune into that and hang out. And it's going to be them in the driver's seat. I'm along for the ride, but I will be controlling some of the graphics and whatnot. So it should be fun for sure. But you know what? If you guys don't have anything else going on, except for Hindu Dharman, is Vishnu is only truth. Yes, Vishnu is only truth, people. So hallelujah, Vishnu. But let's get into it, and let's just get into the first segment of the show, which is the fun part, as known as the quickies. The quickies. All right, people, we are in the Quickies section of JBuck Live, and if you guys aren't familiar with this, this is the part of JBuck Live where we find some news items and we talk about them quickly, I guess. It's things that aren't going to make the main topics, but a few things that have kind of happened in the world of entertainment that I definitely want to talk about, bring up some newsworthy items and whatnot. And I will be honest, this is going to be kind of more of a laid-back show. That's kind of the way it's been for the last month and whatnot, because I've again overextended myself. Hopefully I can, one of these following weeks, I know that I'm sure Fanjecture actually is going to do this on his Debate 8, but I think it'd be fun in the coming weeks to do like a Halloween movie bracket. So maybe in the next coming weeks we will do that. But as for the quickies, Madonna, some news on Madonna, the hot new thing that was from the 80s, so it's not hot and it's not new. But Madonna is apparently slated to direct her own biopic. Yes, she is going to co-write this with Diablo Cody, and also Amy Pascal is there to produce it. But are you guys looking forward to a Madonna biopic? I don't know exactly what's going to happen in it. Didn't she have a relationship with Dennis Rodman? Maybe he's going to be in part of this, but obviously she is a musician, she is an artist, she is a dancer, and above all, it says here, she is also a human being. So if any of that jumps out at you and you guys are excited for it, let me know. If you guys, I guess, are looking forward to a Madonna biopic. I think everyone right now is sort of I wouldn't say cashing in, but everyone is trying to get their own biopic and everything like that. So I don't know. You can put Scary Movie 3 on that bracket too. Yeah. I will put that on that Halloween one for sure, Seth. I will mark it down. But Madonna biopic, that was in the news today. I don't know if anyone is a huge Madonna fan and wants to know more about her life. I'm not entirely sure if there's been anything. Again, I am not educated on Madonna too well, so I don't know if there's anything like drastic that jumps out and is a interesting bit of her life that would be shown in this biopic. But moving on to another news item that very much every movie of 2020 is being delayed. So, it's no surprise that Candyman, which a lot of people were looking forward to, this Candyman remake, almost a pseudo sequel from Nia DaCosta. Apparently, she went on to Twitter and said that, yes, they are delaying this movie from the November date, I believe, or October date, to 2021. There is no determined date for what time this is coming out, but she says that she wants people to see this in the movie theater just because of the spectacle, but also the community and, what the movie theater is for and whatnot. So, Candyman, I know some of you guys were looking forward to that guy covered in bees with a giant hook. That is not coming out until 2021, so you guys are going to have to wait a little bit longer for that one. I saw this fun thing. South Park You know, I used to watch South Park all the time, every Wednesday, new episodes in college, and I haven't watched a lot of it in the last few years, but I did see that they are coming out on September 30th with a pandemic, 1-hour pandemic special, which I think will be really funny because, you know, basically life is completely cuckoo right now, so I'm curious what those South Park guys have in store for a pandemic special, essentially. So yeah, if you're looking forward to that, September 30th, it's a 1-hour special there on Comedy Central. I don't even know if Comedy Central has a TV station anymore. I think it's more of a YouTube channel, so maybe check on that to see what the hell is going on with that for sure. Let's see what you guys are saying. Madonna biopic would be join the Scary Movie franchise. Yeah, not looking forward to it. I'll see Madonna movie, but think it's silly if she directs it herself. Yeah, definitely. That's kind of the way I agree. And a lot of you guys are saying, oh no, not the bees! And you're looking forward, or you were looking forward to Candyman. Unfortunately, it's not coming out until 2021. I think any movie, which that's going to be actually a question later on, but I'm curious if any of these bigger movies are even going to attempt to come out in 2020 for the rest of the year, or just completely move off. But we'll talk about that later, because you know what, Tenet is back in the news. We don't have Tenet watch because, surprise surprise, that movie is in the movie theaters right now. But there's some miscalculations essentially when it comes to box office numbers. So it has made more than $200 million worldwide. Great, cool, Tenet's making some monies, but domestically, they said that it made roughly $50 million. But if we reel that back, this last week they made $6.7 million. Claiming that, one, it was only a drop of 29%. So if you took this last weekend and that's 6.7 million and that's only 29% drop, that is definitely not the 20.2 million that they claimed, but if you run the numbers, essentially that movie only made 9.5 that opening weekend. The reason that it had those inflated numbers was because Labor Day. So they included on the weekend box office numbers, they essentially included the weekday numbers as well. So essentially, that is why I'm assuming Wonder Woman and Dune and all of these other ones are slowly creeping back and don't know if they're coming out in 2020, because Tenet was supposed to be the big moneymaker, and according to these numbers, it did not make the weekend box office numbers that they had hoped. They actually factored in all of the weekdays plus the weekend to report that number, so it sounds like Tenet made more money. This is troubling for the movie theaters, I think. I think that this is not a good thing, especially when it starts getting colder and whatnot. But that's a topic that we'll get into a little bit later, because I'm curious to kind of hear what your guys' thoughts are and whatnot. But in the news, you know, we have Tenet, we have South Park, we have biopic of Madonna and Candyman delayed. Which one of those do you guys like? Which one stood out to you? Are you guys excited for the Madonna biopic? This math-based content is exactly what I'm here for. Bummed that it came in low. Probably not going to make others push back. Yeah, no, Cody, you're kind of right. I think that it's unfortunate for the movie theaters and stuff, because I think that right now it's the hardcore of the hardcore. It's people that want to get out of the house. There's still a lot of people that are just not leaving at all and going to the movie theaters. And again, that's going to be a question I'm going to pose you guys later for sure. But you know what? We're going to get out of this section because we have a whole lot of spoilers. We have a whole lot of trailers to talk about for sure. So let's get out of the quickies. All right, we are out of the quickies, the portion of the show that was for quick news stories, and we only had a couple this week because we have a whole bunch of trailers to talk about, but Seth is saying that his theater is loading up on those $5 throwback classic movies, so, I mean, potentially if that's drawing people in for those $5, they're spending a lot more money on popcorn, maybe burgers, nachos, who knows what. That could potentially keep these movie theaters open, but these newer movies, definitely these newer, bigger movies are not going to keep it open, but there's a lot of smaller ones that are slowly trickling out, which leads us into trailer talk because we have a whole lot of trailers to talk about.
See you later, Aunt Mama, Bubba, Jim, Big Jim, Little Jim, Slim Jim, everybody. I'll see you later, Chow Ding.
All right, peoples, we got into the trailer talk portion of the show where you guessed it, we talk trailers. Who would have guessed? Who on the marketing team thought that this was a smart idea? Well, they didn't do too much in-depth research because it's pretty simple. But we have, I think, like 4 or 5 trailers to talk about, so let's just get into this. And one of them, the first one, is a video game one that very much I highly recommend going and checking out. But this new upcoming EA game, Star Wars, cool. Very excited for it. It's called Star Wars Squadrons, and I know that there's people that are fans of like Rogue Squadron and all of that stuff, but this is like a 5-minute kind of almost prologue, kind of sneak peek, almost prequel to the game, I'm assuming, and that's kind of what they said. But this trailer is awesome. Like, honestly, if they made a full, like a limited series or something using this animation, this CG, and followed like a crew of, you know, pilots of TIE fighters or X-Wing pilots, I would be so on board for it. But yeah, this trailer is awesome. It sets the mood of the game. It sets the tension. It shows you how the Empire is essentially lost because it's taken place right after the Battle of Endor, and you can see them like essentially losing to the rebellion and whatnot. But man, this trailer is so cool. I highly recommend you guys checking it out. Again, these images here don't do anything justice because seeing all of this stuff move is actually the spectacle of it all. But yeah, this game, This trailer specifically has caught my attention to maybe pay attention to the game a little bit more because the game is coming out October 2nd, I believe. So if you guys are any fans of Squadrons and whatnot, check this full trailer out. Get excited for it. Again, I almost wish that this was a series because this looks really, really cool. Very, very cool. I think it's called Star Wars Squadrons Hunted. That's what the full trailer name is for this. But yeah, it's cool, man. It's very gritty. It's very tension filled where they're sitting in the cockpit waiting for a TIE fighter to fly by. Is it all spaceship dogfights? I believe so, Cody. I have a feeling that it's all dogfights and then you doing missions because I believe that the Squadron games are all based around flying and whatnot, but I'm sure that you get a bevy of different vehicles to fly around in, and I'm assuming, and again, I don't know much about the specifics of the actual game, I'm assuming that you'll be able to play on both the Rebellion and the Empire, so who knows, but that's the first trailer of Star Wars Squadrons Hunted. It's like a 5-minute trailer, honestly, like a short film. It's pretty darn cool, so highly recommend checking that one out if you guys have the time. Here's a new one. This one came out today, and this one is called Love and Monsters. And again, I knew nothing about this movie. It literally dropped the trailer today, and I'm like, okay, Love and Monsters, what the hell is this? And apparently it's starring Michael Rooker, Dylan O'Brien, and a few other handful of people, and they're coining it as a post-apocalyptic rom-com, and I know some people were kind of comparing it to Zombieland and whatnot, but I feel like this has definitely more of a feel of like a Fallout movie, where it's this post-apocalyptic, very few people are living, they're scraping by, but there's these weird monsters like giant bugs, giant frogs, giant worms and whatnot. But yeah, they're calling it a post-apocalyptic rom-com because it looks like our main character, Dylan O'Brien, has been separated from his girlfriend or crush right when this pandemic, or not pandemic, but this post-apocalyptic giant monster attack happens. And then he catches her on the radio, and then I'm assuming he makes a road trip across the country to find her. But yeah, this definitely looks like it has that like post-apocalyptic Fallout. I kind of wrote down Last of Us, but this is definitely more of a Fallout vibe and a feel of these creepy crawler monsters and whatnot. I honestly, this trailer looks completely goofy, ridiculous, but I am kind of excited for it. It's coming out October 16th, and I think it's premiering at home. Not going to go to the movie theaters. I think this is premium VOD. But this looks like in the vein of like Crawl, that alligator movie from I think last year, where I know what I'm going to get, and I'm just going to have a hell of a time and have fun with this one. And that's exactly what this looks like, this Love and Monsters. I don't believe it's based on any like comic book or any novel or anything like that. But yeah, this looks very goofy and weird. And if you want to watch the whole trailer, there's some scrambles that the characters get into that these images do not do justice. But yeah, this is almost the live action Fallout movie, or the closest we're going to get so far. So if you guys are looking forward to this, premium VOD on October 16th, I believe. Now, making a hard turn. Actually, we'll do another fun one. So we talked about this one last week, and it was the Netflix one. They showed a couple images, and we were waiting for the trailer, and it's HUBIE Halloween, or HUBIE, or yeah, it's HUBIE Halloween, I believe. Adam Sandler is back with Netflix. It's another Happy Madison production, and this is the grown-ups movie. It's the same gang of people: Adam Sandler, Kevin James, Steve Buscemi, Tim Robbins, Maya Rudolph, like all of them coming together for this movie. And essentially it's grown-ups but on Halloween, and Adam Sandler, he's playing this really kind of goofy character that everyone in town kind of knows. He has a mustache, and essentially it looks like Murder Mystery, that movie that came out earlier this year or last year, I believe, but like set during Halloween. It looks like a live action Scooby-Doo without Scooby-Doo. I mean, you know what you're going to get in this movie. It's this character who no one believes him, and then all of a sudden some monsters or some possession or some other scrambles ensue. And then they're going to have to believe him. So who knows? I'm looking forward to this movie. I mean, it's coming to Netflix, so I won't have to leave my couch. But coming out October 7th, this might be the Halloween hit for Netflix that they're looking for. Honestly, what I wrote down here is that this movie feels exactly like the vibe and feel and tone and almost plot line of Ernest Scared Stupid, where it's this kind of weird character and doesn't believe that there's these hauntings, and then gets into a situation that he has to figure everything out. So yeah, Fanjecture is completely right. Adam Sandler warned us about this when he after the Oscars, because he said if I don't win an Oscar or get nominated or whatever it was, that he was going to make one of the worst movies ever. And apparently HUBIE Halloween is the first one to come out. So this could be the one that he's saying is the worst movie ever and whatnot. So who knows? HUBIE Halloween coming to Netflix October 7th. Kevin James, honestly, I think he looks fun in this. You know, he's kind of this like redneck-looking cop. He has a mullet. He has a bunch of facial hair and that beard. I think he's in one of these images. I don't want to admit it, but I actually am kind of looking forward to this movie just to see how fun it would be. And sure, you know what, honestly, I'm assuming that this might be a movie that you watch with a drink, maybe some recreationals, and have a fun time with. It'll be number one in the top 10 most popular on Netflix for a week and a half, and then never talked about again. That's coming from Seth, and honestly, that's probably correct. That's probably 100% correct what he is saying right there. All right, moving on to another Netflix movie, because guess what? Netflix is the only one that's releasing movies right now. And this one is definitely, this is like, I feel like an awards contender and whatnot. It's called The Trial of the Chicago 7. Man, this one looks really interesting. It's a quick, almost a teaser trailer of sorts, but this Trial of the Chicago 7, based on a true story, written and directed by Aaron Sorkin, and apparently it's based on the story of the Chicago 7, a group of 7 defendants charged by the federal government with conspiracy in 1969, and 1970. And their crimes apparently are anti-Vietnam and everything, and the counterculture and protests that took place during the 1968 Democratic National Convention. And man, this looks fantastic. Abdul Mateen, I think my spell check. Is it Yahya Abdul Mateen, Sacha Baron Cohen, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Jeremy Strong, Michael Keaton, Eddie Redmayne. This is a stacked cast. This looks like it's exactly made for award season, for the Oscars, hitting the tension and the drama and that real life story of these essentially 7 people who stood up against the government at that time. Like I said, stacked cast, and coming October 16th. If you guys have seen this trailer, let me know, or if you guys are excited for this one, because man, this one has got my attention. This one, I think, is going to be one that Netflix is very much happy with, one that they're going to be toting around town, being like, hey, look at our awards contender movie. So very much excited, looking for this one. Cody has to say, yep, I'm in on this one day one. Looks dope. Love the cast, especially Sacha Baron Cohen getting dramatic. Yeah, that's the thing, is like everyone knows him from Ali G in the House, Borat, The Dictator and stuff. But this guy, he's pretty darn good at what he does. So I liked really seeing him in this role. And honestly, it made me think, what if he would have been Freddie Mercury? I don't know if he would have potentially given us a significant, a better role than, God, what's his name? Mr. Robot Man, I can't think of his name. But yeah, this movie, definitely one to look forward to on Netflix for sure. Netflix said you will give us Oscars whether you like it or not. Yeah, that's true. They're getting them Oscars. They're getting that gold hardware. And then rounding this out, this one is a fun trailer, and I'm very excited for this one. So this is a brand new Blumhouse horror movie called Freaky. And if you guys have not seen this trailer, it is the easiest concept ever. It's Freaky Friday. It's the body switch movie, but it's a teenage girl who's kind of an outcast switching bodies with a murderer. That is genius, and they probably made this for a Happy Meal, the cost of a Happy Meal, and maybe a side of French fries, and maybe a McFlurry, the small one, because they're getting, let's see here, who is it? Catherine Newton, who was also in Detective Pikachu last year, and then Vince Vaughn as our main characters, switching bodies, much like Jumanji. And this just looks like a fun time of Vince Vaughn having to act like a girl, the girl acting like a murderer, and the shenanigans. Honestly, this is like the perfect movie to come out right now if bigger movies are not coming to the theaters. Blumhouse is like, step aside, here's our Freaky Friday movie. We're going into this. We're going to have a great time. You know what you're getting. And I wrote down here, the trailer has I Think You Freaky song. I think you freaky and I like you a lot. It's self-aware. This looks fun. This is going to be a fun movie. And again, it's a trailer. It's supposed to get you hyped and excited and everything. But this one, I'm looking forward to. I wish that this was coming out a little bit sooner, because right now it's coming out Friday, the 13th of November. A good spot to put it. Mark Escobar, perfect. Thank you so much for bringing that up. I'm interested in this movie because apparently it's set in the... Oh, okay, I did not know this. It's set in the Happy Death Day universe. So if they're doing a shared universe, this has got me even more excited, Mark. Thank you so much for that. Because I knew that it was from, the same creators and whatnot, the same visionaries, essentially, as Happy Death Day. But if this is connected to those, and they somehow do this kind of lower budget, almost weird shared universe of these concepts of Freaky Friday and Groundhog's Day and whatnot, like, I am very excited and on board for this. Thank you so much for bringing that up. that has gotten my excitement even higher because, yeah, I wrote down here Blumhouse and Universal. So, yeah, Universal and Happy Death Day and Blumhouse. Whew, man, think about what other easy ideas that they could just take from movies. Weird, tired out ideas and spin them in a horror light. I'm curious what the next one would be, because if this is a shared universe, man, yeah, would be awesome. Should just move it up to October with everything moving out of the month. No, Tyler, you are 100% correct. I think that's what they should do. I understand that they're going for the cheeky marketing of Friday the 13th, but literally, I looked at the calendar, nothing is coming out for the next 6 weeks, essentially. So, man. Oh no, my video is gone. Can you guys still hear me, though? Technical difficulties. Technical difficulties. All right, am I back? I'm back. We can hear you. Okay, I think I'm back, peoples. Yeah. So that's what's going to happen is this stupid camera, I'm going to have to work with the software because I think exactly at 30 minutes it turns off. So, yeah. Is more fun to look like. Okay, Cody. No, I like it. But what I'm saying is, I'm very excited for Freaky, but those are we had a lot of trailers to talk about. We had Freaky, we had HUBIE Halloween, we had Trial of the Seven, Love and Monsters, and Star Wars Squadrons. Which one are you guys most excited for? For myself, honestly, this Freaky movie looks freaking awesome. I'm excited for it. But yeah, that's trailer talk. We're going to get the hell out of this section because there was just too many trailers. Too many trailers to talk about. So, that was trailer talk.
See you later, Aunt Mama, Bubba, Jim, Big Jim, Little Jim, Slim Jim, everybody. I'll see you later, Chow Ding.
All right, peoples. Thank you so much. I'm excited for Freaky and Madonna the movie. All right, Art Wishwood, he's in here and he's saying what he is excited for. But before we get into the main topics of a few things, obviously another brand new trailer, let's go to our first commercial break, or actually only commercial break because I needed a break. Hi G4 TV, I'm Jared, and I heard you were looking for a new host for G4 TV, the host of talents for G4. Well, look no further. With my extensive knowledge in gaming consoles from Game Boy, Super Nintendo, and that hoop game you played in the bathtub, I'm your guy. Still not convinced? Well, look at this picture of me getting the high score in Centipede. And also, I'm personal friends with Pac-Man. We're in a Magic the Gathering group together. Still not convinced? Well, here's a reel that we got for you. Jimmy, hit the reel. Hey everyone, I'm Stevie Sparkles, creator of Sweatin' with Steve, and are you ready to get sweaty? 'Cause I am. We will be back with the latest breaking news of Christopher Nolan's Tenet in the coming weeks, bringing you the latest for this upcoming film. Remember, I'm Bob Lyons. Head down to Bob Lyons Electronics today because all prices are wild. For TV, I'm your host. Pick me. All right, guys and gals, we are back. Thank you so much. Yeah, obviously that wasn't even really a commercial. That was more of my G4 audition tape. I'm trying to get G4 needs talent. They need hosts, so we'll see. We'll see if we get it. I'm gonna be honest. Everything is super slow on my side because of the stupid internets. I will say one thing, Collider, if you're listening, which you're probably not, fix your fucking website because every time I open up something, it's like it's giving me a virus. So I might have to close some of this stuff until I get around to it. But we're going to talk about, obviously, The Mandalorian. We're going to talk about The Mandalorian after I close all of these because everything is slow motion. Slow motion. You know what? I might not even use visual aids for this because this is stupid. Let's switch up. Okay, so we're talking about Mandalorian Season 2, the trailer. It came out. We're going to dive in depth on this one. And, from outer space. Rat-row. Yes, I do. Give me 1 sec. Uh-oh. Alright, give me a sec, people. Because like I said, fucking Collider's website just exploded my internet. If anything, this might be an interesting show. Google Chrome, close the program. Well, this might not be good because if I close it, then it's gonna freaking close my. All right, fingers crossed. If I disappear, it closed everything. All right. Okay, don't close that one. Come on. Did it work? Oh, shit. Am I still live? Hello? Everything just exploded on my end, so I don't know what's happening. Oh, God. Okay, well, I guess if you guys can still hear me. Hello? Hello? Okay, this fucking still live. Your video is fine, but the audio still sounds like a robot. Hello? 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 Oh, God, it's not gonna work. Everything is just frozen on my computer. Hello? Hello? Okay, okay. With this fucking robot voice talking, we might just cut it short because I don't know what's happening. I unplugged everything, plugged it back in. Let's see if it works. It still sounds like a fucking robot, doesn't it? Oh shit. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, guys. We might just cut this short because this is I turned on the audio here and it does sound like complete ass. Um Basically what I was gonna say is the Mandalorian season 2 looks pretty cool. Mandalorian season 2 looks pretty cool. We got a look of Sasha Banks' character, Little Buddy, some kicking ass. Kang the Conqueror is going to be played by Jonathan Majors, which is awesome, from Lovecraft Country. Yeah, I'm turning into a robot. I know that this happened over on Twitch a couple days ago. But anyways, what I'm gonna say is, yeah, I'm just gonna fucking end this show. Thank you guys though for hanging out and whatnot. Nope, not still. You sound like you're on the Windows XP software. Oh god. Anyways, now video is tripping. This is, yeah. Basically, what we found out now. Maybe I can pull it up. Do not go to Collider. Don't use their website because it'll explode your computer. But here's some images of The Mandalorian Season 2. It looks pretty cool. Very excited for it. Coming out October 30th. Kang the Conqueror, Jonathan Majors, he's awesome. Looking forward to this. Apparently, he is going to be coming back and going forward in time. I don't know what's happening. Ant-Man is going to maybe introduce the Fantastic Four. Fingers crossed. Who really knows? Anyways, guys and gals, that's probably it. That's probably the stream because I am a robot. No, seriously, guys, thank you so much for at least trying to hang out. I don't know. Literally, everything exploded. Everything exploded. You know what? We're 23 episodes in. This was bound to happen. What can you do? What can you do? If you do want to talk to me a little bit more, though, I'm going to fix all of this and then jump over and stream on Twitch because I don't want to have to start a new stream here on YouTube. But I will be playing some video games. I will be playing some Fall Guys. If you want to talk to me even more, hopefully not in this robot voice, check me out over there, but it does look like everything is slowly falling apart on my end. And it's going to commercial break. Oh my god. What is going on? Guys. I'm cutting the stream. I'm cutting it. Okay, announcements. SoCo Show live on Thursday. And Friday, I'm going to hopefully be streaming some Mario 64 because that Mario 35th All-Stars comes out. I'm getting out of here. I'm closing it. That's it. See you guys. Bye.